My name's Graham.
Hey Graham, I'm Nate.
What was one of your favorite things to do when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, like most people, one of my favorite things to do was to hang out outside and play sports like soccer. But I also really loved to play video games. That was one of the things I loved to do as a kid.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be an astronaut at first, but then that changed to being a marine biologist. And now maybe like a ski instructor? I'm not sure.
What is your job now?
Right now, I'm a student at University of Maryland. I study architecture and I'm minoring in Japanese and sustainability. Along with that, I'm also interning at the Audubon Naturalist Societies.
What do you like most about studying and interning?
The classes are a lot more specialized, so I can learn a lot more about specific subjects in detail. And also it gives me opportunities to do stuff like internships, which are really interesting and give you great real world experience.
Is anything hard about it?
Time management is probably the hardest part because it's just like a lot to do. So, I've been having to make sure that I don't get overwhelmed by any of my classes or any of the other work that I need to do.
Speaking of school, where did you go to school for middle school?
I went to Eastern Middle School, and my favorite teacher was Mr. Sullivan. I'm not sure if he's still there, but he let me eat lunch in his classroom, and he let us borrow his guitar too, which is really cool. But yeah, I hope he's doing well.
If you could give a message to your middle school self, what would it be?
If I could give a message to my middle school self, I would say I should start practicing not procrastinating. So one thing that I didn't learn until later is that the hardest part is just starting. And if you can just get started, even if you don't finish whatever you set out to do, as long as you get in that habit of just getting started, you'll find that later, as school gets a little bit harder, it won't feel as hard.
Thanks, Nate.
Thanks, Graham, for having me.